Good evening, everybody. David Paul and Pat Kavlin.
Hi, everyone.
Here this evening for your weather update. It is 6:30. Now, this evening is special, not the least of which the reason is I've got Pat with me. But he's joining me because after we're done with our local weather here that we do every day here at 6:30 on Plus, our hurricane special, Eye on the Storm, is going to air right at 6:40. So stay tuned for that. Myself, Pat, and the entire weather team, we came together to not talk so much about the science of hurricanes, but the science of how you at home, you, your family, your loved ones can get ready for the next storm.
So that's actually why I'm here, is just to kind of promote this. Again, coming up in about 10 minutes. It's the hurricane special. In the past, we've done hurricane specials. We've talked a lot about the science of storms and storm surge and how things form and how things happen. But this year, it's really more geared towards you and your families. And what do you do when a storm actually approaches, right? It's great to know the mechanics of storms and hurricanes and how they form, but actually knowing what to do when one is knocking on our door, especially if you're new to the area, is invaluable. And even if you're not new to the area, you've lived here for a long time, it's been a while since we've taken a real direct hit from a storm, so it's a great refresher.
From a big storm.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had Beryl last year, Cat 1, but we didn't have to evacuate for that.
But you saw the damage that it did.
Inland with the power out, the millions out, that's from a Cat 1.
Exactly.
Last time we had a big one where we had to evacuate, that was Ike in 2008. And just to remind you, this is a before picture of, I believe this is the Gilchrist area of the Bolivar Peninsula. Beautiful area. And then the surge from Ike, just utter devastation. So one of the things we will go over is reminding you about who needs to evacuate and getting your evacuation route in place. And then the inland areas need to just stay put if possible.
It's power outage preparation. We got a taste of that last year with Beryl. Again, it doesn't take a major hurricane to wreak havoc on the power grid. And so I think Beryl was a great reminder, a kick in the butt for us of like, oh, wait, we are still vulnerable even to weaker hurricanes and what they can do here.
So this comes up in about 8 minutes, so just stay where you are on Plus. Right after we finish this update, we'll give you the hurricane special, Eye on the Storm, and get you and your family. And if you're new to the area, this is a great one to watch, and it'll be on Plus, so you can tell your friends to watch it tomorrow, and the next day it'll be there for you. Pat, thanks for joining me.
Yes, now it's on to Dave for the local forecast. There are big storms out there right now.
Yeah, there are some big thunderstorms that we're looking at,
Enjoy.
so that's the thing. Yeah, go get me a pizza, would you? All right, here we are with a weather impact alert in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. Big thunderstorms are rolling across the southern side of Harris County, northern Brazoria and Galveston County. And for the rest of the evening through 8 o'clock, gusty wind, hail, and lightning, a lot of lightning, will all be impacting your weather. And boy, outflow boundary just punching into these thunderstorms on the south side of downtown Houston, and they are just erupting. We do have a special weather statement for this area, seeing wind gusts to 40, hail size to a quarter inch. So they're just below severe limits. I can tell you what, with that type of rain, there's a lot of street ponding. Highway 90 in Liberty County, south to I-10 in Chambers County, getting heavy rain and thunder. Hello, Mont Bellevue, rain and thunder there. Heavy storm over the bay. Shore Acres just getting pounded with rain and thunder, and you can expect some high water spots here. And then across the south side, and this is actually back building a little bit toward the south side of the 610 loop, just sitting there. There are going to be lots of high water spots here between the south side of the 610 down 288 to the south side of the Beltway, and then even further down 288. That's heavy rain and thunder. And that stays with us through 8 o'clock, and models suggest that's going to push down to Galveston and across the bay and off the coast. So Galveston, you could see some gusty wind through 8 o'clock this evening, 8:30. After that, by the time we get to 9, models settle things down and will be quiet overnight. And in the morning, we just wake up to a warm, sticky summer morning. That's 6 a.m. Thursday morning. By noon, things are still quiet, but we'll heat into the 90s, and we're going to get a good coverage of rain and thunderstorms again tomorrow. So after things settle down this evening, expect a repeat in many areas of rain and thunder as we get into the afternoon on Thursday. 70% chance for rain and thunderstorms again tomorrow afternoon. Still a 50% chance for rain and thunder showers on Friday, 93, and then we'll drop it to a 30% chance for afternoon thunderstorms on Saturday. And this is a shot from the Zaza looking south. You can see the storms just south of the medical center there, getting folks really wet and stormy there. Okay, out in the tropics. So at the moment, we've got 3 spots we're watching. That is Hurricane Aaron. We've got a wave here and a wave here, both with a moderate chance for developing. Let's take a look at Aaron first. Cat 2, winds of 110. This one, as we mentioned, is going to miss the East Coast. It's a good thing because it may redevelop into a Cat 3. That's possible over the next 24 hours, but it stays 150 to 200 miles off the coast of the Carolinas and the Virginias and the Delmarva, which is very good news for them. Even that far offshore, it's going to produce some very dangerous swells on the coast. Take a look at the wave height forecast for this thing. 10, 15, 20-foot seas. These are actually the height of the breakers, of the waves that are forecast to break on the coast as we head through tonight and into tomorrow morning. I'm trying to imagine watching a 15 to 20-foot wave break on the coast of Galveston. I've seen that once before, and that was when Ike came on shore. And so they're going to face some very big waves here and a lot of inland flooding for the coastal areas of the Outer Banks of North Carolina as the storm skirts by, and still 8, 10, 12, 15-foot breakers on the beaches of the Jersey Shore and across folks on Long Island getting tremendous surf on the beaches there. So they shut the beaches all down. And in fact, I've had some evacuations of some low-lying areas because that type of surf, as it just pounds for hours, can cause a lot of inland flooding conditions there. Okay, so there's Aaron. Here's the next wave, and then another wave here. Then it looks like another little piece of energy about to come off the west coast of Africa. The question is, will any of those develop? What we've been running here and what we'll see here are two models running simultaneously. The American model in red, the GFS, and the European model in black. So the two models running simultaneously, and you'll notice that they do lift up and take Aaron off into the cooler waters of the North Atlantic, where it will become extratropical and head toward Great Britain. What it's not doing, and we've been looking at this model run all week long, it's just not developing either of those waves into a strong system. It doesn't mean that a system out there can't develop. Absolutely doesn't mean that at all. It just means the model's not seeing it. Sometimes Mother Nature ignores our computer modeling, but at least for the moment, what we have shows no significant development there. It also shows no development in the Caribbean or the Gulf of Mexico through August the 30th. That's a long way out, and things can change. So, what we do in the weather office with this is we look at these models every day, and then we just take it one day at a time moving forward, knowing that things can change. One of the reasons the models and the tropics may struggle to get either of these next two waves going is another blob of dust is coming off the west coast of Africa. That's a dry, sinking layer of air, and that can subdue tropical development. You need warm, rising air for tropical development, so the dust may be helping to slow things down, tapping the brakes on the tropics after Aaron, at least for the time being. Okay, let's walk you through Thursday. A muggy start, 77. I think by lunchtime we'll be getting into the low 90s. That has been the temperature at which we begin to trigger afternoon thunder showers each afternoon. So I've got a 20% chance for a couple of isolated thunder showers to pop up as we head toward lunchtime. So the convective temperature is about 91. That's a scientific term we use, the convective temperature. That's the temperature at which we'll begin to see thunder showers bubble up. And then by the afternoon, I think we're going to do a 70% chance for coverage again, much like we're doing today, tomorrow. High temp held down to 94. So if you have plans tomorrow afternoon or evening, practices, you got to drive somewhere, you got an appointment, just be advised you may have to deal with quite a bit of rain and thunderstorm activity again tomorrow afternoon. As we look at the extended forecast, Friday, a 50% chance for a scattered thunderstorm. So still a good chance for storms on Friday. Some of those could be strong. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll back it down to 30 and 20% chance for afternoon thunder showers. Less rain means a little hotter temps. We'll forecast mid to upper 90s as we head through the weekend. 20% chance Monday and Tuesday. But I will say this, as we head into the middle part and end of next week, looking way out here, we could raise rain chances as another little boundary pushes into the area. Okay, that's where we stand this evening. Now enjoy our hurricane special, Eye on the Storm.